You've read the books, you've done therapy, you've journaled, meditated, set the intentions, and somehow you're still here in the same loop, wondering why nothing actually sticks. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. The problem was never your habits. It was never your routine. It was you. Or more specifically, who you believe you are. And before you click away, this isn't another video telling you to believe in yourself or just think positive. That stuff is surface level, and you're not here for surface level. What I'm about to show you goes much deeper than that. We're talking about the invisible architecture underneath all your behaviors, the thing that's been quietly running your life on autopilot. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why your life keeps circling back to the same place and what it actually takes to break that cycle for good. Stay with me because what I share around the halfway point of this video genuinely changed the way I understand change itself. Here's something that doesn't get said enough. Most people are trying to change their life from the outside in. They change their diet, but not what they believe they deserve. They set money goals, but still feel deep down like someone who struggles. They attract a new partner, but somehow end up in the same dynamic with a different face. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called identity behavior consistency. Your brain is not actually trying to help you reach your goals. It's trying to keep you consistent with who it thinks you are. That's its job, and it is very good at it. So when you try to force new results without changing the underlying identity, the self-concept, your nervous system treats that new reality like a threat. It pulls you back every single time. This is why 80% of people who lose significant weight gain it back within 5 years. This is why people leave toxic relationships and recreate the same dynamic with someone new. The behavior changed, the identity didn't. Now here's where it gets interesting, and I promise this is going somewhere powerful. Most people think identity is just their personality, who they are. But your identity is actually a collection of beliefs about yourself that your subconscious treats as facts. Carl Jung spent his life showing us that most of the identity we're running isn't even ours. It was built in childhood. It was shaped by what your parents rewarded or rejected, by what your first heartbreak taught you, by the story your family told about money, about worth, about what people like us do. Jung called the parts of yourself you buried to survive the shadow. And here's the wild part. You're not hiding from your shadow. Your shadow is running the show. It's picking your partners. It's capping your income. It's telling you to shrink in that meeting room. So when you try to build new habits on top of an unexamined identity, it's like painting over mold. Looks fine for a while, but it comes back. So what actually changes identity? Not affirmations alone, not vision boards, not grinding harder. The shift happens when you start living from a new self-concept rather than working toward one. Neville Goddard called it living from the end. The idea is radical but neurologically sound. Your brain cannot fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you consistently inhabit the felt sense of the person you're becoming, the nervous system starts encoding that as familiar, as safe, as you. This isn't magical thinking, it's how identity consolidation works. A 2021 study in psychological science confirmed that self-concept clarity, how clearly and consistently you see yourself, is one of the strongest predictors of psychological well-being, decision-making, and behavioral follow-through. In other words, the clearer you are about who you are, the easier it is to act like that person. Not because you're forcing it, because it feels natural. Here's a quick reality check, and I want you to be honest with yourself here. Think about an area of your life that keeps cycling. Relationships, money, confidence. Now ask yourself this. What would someone have to believe about themselves to keep creating this outcome? Not what do they do, what do they believe? Because if you keep attracting emotionally unavailable people, somewhere in your identity is a belief that says love comes with distance, or that you have to earn closeness, or that wanting more makes you too much. If money keeps slipping through your fingers, somewhere in your identity is a story that says you're not the type of person who holds wealth, that rich people are different from you, that you don't deserve ease. These aren't moral failures, they're identity programs, and they run silently, in the background, 24/7. Alan Watts said something that cuts right to this. The person you think you are is largely a story, a narrative your mind tells to create continuity. The self is more fluid than we're taught, which means it can be rewritten, not by forcing, but by seeing clearly. If this is already hitting close to home, drop a comment below sharing which area of your life feels most stuck right now and what pattern keeps showing up. I read every single one, and you'd be surprised how many people are sitting in the exact same seat as you. Here's what identity change actually looks like in practice. First, you have to catch the current story, not judge it, catch it. When you notice yourself saying, "I'm just not good with money," or "this is just how I am in relationships," that's the program speaking. You're not describing reality, you're reinforcing identity. Second, you interrupt it. Not with a fake affirmation, but with a genuine question. Is that actually true? Or is that just the story I inherited? This creates a small but critical gap between stimulus and response. That gap is where choice lives. Third, you act from the new identity before you feel it. This is the part people get backwards. They wait to feel confident before acting confident. They wait to feel wealthy before making wealthy decisions. But the nervous system updates through repeated new experience, not through waiting. You don't find the new identity, you practice it, daily, in small moments, in how you speak about yourself, in what you tolerate, in what you reach for. The old identity will fight back. It'll feel fake. It'll feel arrogant or delusional. That discomfort isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. It's a sign you're doing it right. Your life is not changing because your circumstances haven't changed. Your life isn't changing because your self-concept hasn't changed. And no strategy, system, or habit will stick until the person underneath those habits believes they belong to someone like you. You are not a fixed thing. You are a living, adaptable consciousness, capable of radical reinvention, not through force, through identity. The work isn't out there, it's in here. If this video helped you, make sure to like it, and don't forget to subscribe. In the upcoming videos, we'll go deeper into how to actually change your identity across different areas of your life.